Shalom, all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. I'm my brother Makolat from the Great Millstone Jamaica camp with a lesson here to feed the potential elect through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. I want to do a quick hit. I'm going to try something because, for quite some time now, my service provider at the internet, basically, they send me a message that they are aware of some interference of my internet, so they apologize for this and apologize for that. And then they message me that basically it's fixed, but it's not rectified. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible and see if we can upload, because I can't even play a video. I can't even have two devices on this internet. And it works. So I'm just gonna try something and see what the Lord basically will, if he's gonna upload, right? So this is from the Jamaica Star. It says dancer Queen Carlene goes bald to support sisters cancer fight. No, dancer Queen Carlene Davis, not Carlene Davis, sorry, my bad, my apologies. It's Carlene Smith. Carlene Davis is the singer that becomes a Christian. My bad, Carlene, right? My bad, Carlene Smith, right? So Carlene back in the 90s, when the first dancehall queen competition was held, she was the first one. So they would say that she's the real dancehall queen. She was a household name back then. Trust me, she was a household name back then in Jamaica. And until this day, she's on the slam condom package and whatever. She was a household name in the world back then. So this is the article, right? Released April the 28th. 2022. Says many people were shocked to see a bald Carlene Smith at her dancehall Tuesdays event at the Mecca in Kingston this week. Some opinion that she had such beautiful hair, right? Opinion, Salakia. So some opinion, Salakia, not opinion, right? It says, but for the original dancehall queen, there's nothing more beautiful than the love she shared between her and her sister, which inspired the new look. Carlene decided to shave her head to stand in solidarity with one of her sisters who is undergoing chemotherapy. She wished to protect her sister's identity. She has lost her hair and wasn't comfortable when she heard she had to lose her hair. Carlene told the Star, you're accustomed to your hair, even if it's low. Being bald is a whole different thing, and I'm just realizing that this is the least I could do in support of not just my sister, but anybody else who is going through this horrible disease. It's a scary word to hear. It's frightening and stressful cause don't care what you do. You have no control over it. I love my sister and she knows it, but it's never too much to make people understand the length and how far you would go to let them know you're there with them, for them, and the love you have, right? So see, the internet is messing around, man. Oh boy. My bad. As you can see up top, it says no internet connection. My bad, So my thing is, this is the least you can do, basically. If that's exactly what she said, if I remember correctly. She says this is what she can do to help or to assist her sister. Now, I was there looking at it like the minds of our people is fucked up. Let me see if I can get it back. It says, one second. It says, yeah, being bald is a whole different thing, and I am just realizing that this is the least I could do in support of not just my sister, but anybody else who is going through this horrible disease. The least you could do, instead of praying to the Lord, instead of visiting a physician, you shave your head. which is a transgression. So in helping the sister, you tend to transgress, to show that I'm with you. And this is the mindset of Jake. Because, you know, if her sister was all stabbed up and, you know, whatever, and she's battling for life in the hospital, would you go there to get the same thing done? To show that you're with her. So you're gonna get the same wounds at the same places to show her that you're with her in the fight. It's madness. You know, Jake think the thing back way. Even among Israel, you have niggas that think that they're doing right, that went and even tattooed the name of the Lord on their hand. When in the law, in the scriptures, it clearly stated that, look, you're not supposed to do that. But for some reason, they think that it's to show more reverence to the Lord. And it reminds me of 1 Samuel. I want to make this scripture, this lesson real quick. 1 Samuel 15, I think it's verse 30. 1 second. Now this is the account when the Lord basically gives straight commandments to Saul to slew the Amalekites, man, everything. And he had brought them back cattle and stuff, you know, and even the king Agag. You know, this is what Samuel the prophet said to Saul. He said, and Samuel, 1 Samuel 15 verse 22, it says, and Samuel said, the Lord has great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord, which that's the true sacrifice, you know. That's the best offering. He says, behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, yet also rejected thee from being king. Now, this account here with Carlene, it reminds me of that. Because people tend to think that doing it their own way, or, you know, to show some form of reverence outside of what the scriptures have said, it can work, but it can't work. Because when you go, in consulting the scriptures, man, let's go to 1 Corinthians 11 chapter. Right? 1 Corinthians 11 chapter, starting at verse 8. No, it says, starting at verse, verse 6, it says, starting at verse 5, it says, but every woman that prayed or prophesied with her head uncovered dishonored her head, for that is even all one as if she were shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. Right? So it's a shame for, which means it's a sin, because the glory of the woman is her hair. You understand? So if you shave the head off a hair, it's a shame. Not the men among our nation not supposed to even have bald heads. How much more you females, man. Which the glory, as a matter of fact, let me get that. Seeing the man. Same Corinthians. My bad. Salakia. Be with me. Right, 1 Corinthians 11. And the man. About the woman. It says, for the man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he has the image of the glory of God. But the woman, for the man is very. Alright. I think scripture, pardon me, it says the glory of the woman. Right. Pardon me, Salakia. Seeing, well, I know that the glory of the woman is her hair, man. Seeing, because back in the ancient world, You know, these women used to have long hair, which basically is a curse. You know, when you go to Isaiah the 3rd chapter, it's a curse to show that the women will lose their hair because of their pride. You know, being proud. That's the reason why the nigga woman has less hair, man. And or lose the hedges and stuff. As it is written, instead of well set ear, baldness. So our sister doing chemo, basically that's a part of the curse. No, let me show you the least you could have done, man. You know, let me show you the least. Oh my gosh, man. In the Apocrypha, it says, alright, so it says son, but you know, let's get it, man. Alright. This is what you should have done, man. Ecclesiasticus 38 verse 1 says, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which he may have of him, for the Lord that created him. For of the Most High cometh healing. Yeah? And he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. The Lord that created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So that chemotherapy shit, you know? I don't want to say anything because that's a strike, you know? He says, was not the water made sweet with wood, that the virtue thereof might be known? And he had given men skill, that he might be honored in his marvelous works. With such doth he heal men, and taketh away their pains. Do you see that? And evil pharmaceuticals, man, a lot of them, before the base of them are herbs. You know? So herbs is important, but more than that, the prayer unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right? It says, verse 6 again, it says, and he had given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous work, with such that he heal men and take away their pains, of such that the apothecary, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, make a confection, and of his works there is no end, and from him is peace over all the earth. He says, my son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. Leave off from sin, and order thine hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness, man. Right? No. The reason why we're sick is because of transgression. It's sin. It's no rocket science. The reason why we are sick is because we have sinned against the Lord. It's just the reality. All these laws that we have broken, yeah, it affects us in some way, shape, or form. Because cancer basically is things that are without that shouldn't be in the body. And the major way that these things is get into our bodies basically is by consuming and breathing in. Yeah? Like the ear, the things that they spray in the ear and stuff like that. So those things are cancerous, man. If you're eating pork, you're eating the shrimp, the lobsters, all these parasitic dishes, meals, plus, you know, the scriptures said what we're gonna eat defiled bread, but come on, you know, we can at least eat the best of the defiled bread. But Jake, they're gonna promote curry crab, you know, curry crab in rundown and stuff like that. It's wickedness, man. So the scripture says, oh, and wickedness shall correct us, and we can clearly see it happening right before our eyes, man. You know? And it's terrible. It's terrible because, you know, now we're seeking unto every other deity, every other option but the Lord for healing. And I'm not saying we're going to keep the laws to be perfect, but come on, man, at least acknowledge it, man. Because we have a mediator, a mercy seat, Yahushai. which is gonna buy us time to get our mind right. And he will deliver us. He will give us new bodies. Not these bullshit pseudoscience, man. You know? That will not heal us. The scripture speak about these physicians of no value. And those are the people that you trust in, man. I didn't even want this lesson to be this long, but I'm gonna close it off here. Shalom.